Another question we have is the Gramscian theory of hegemony provides many valuable insight into the nature of global power. Nature of global power. तो सबसे पहले हम लोग ग्रामसी पे आएंगे. ग्रामसी कौन थे? नोन फॉर प्रिजन नोटबुक एंड ही वांटेड टू रिफॉर्म इन मार्क्सिज्म. और ये बताना चाह रहे थे कि क्यों मार्क्सिज्म जो है वो क्यों नहीं अप्लाई हो पा रहा है, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस हेजेमनी द मार्क्सिज्म का जो मॉडल है, जो कम्युनिज्म है, दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू अप्लाई बिकॉज there is a tacit concern people are accepting the dominance of this capitalist world order. तो इस चीज को समझते हैं तो ग्रामसियन थ्योरी ऑफ हेजेमनी प्रोवाइड्स मेनी वैल्यूबल इंसाइट इनटू द नेचर ऑफ ग्लोबल पावर. तो सबसे पहले देखते हैं ग्रामसियन थ्योरी ऑफ हेजेमनी ऑफर्स significant insight into the nature of global power, particularly in understanding how dominant groups maintain control and influences over society and political structure. Antonio Gramsci, an Italian Marxist philosopher, introduced the concept of hegemony to describe the way in which the ruling classes secure consent from the subordinate classes, not merely through coercion, but through the dissemination of ideologies that shape societal norms and values. So everyone want a coke, a secret Marlboro, a coke in their hand. क्या ये signifies कर रहा है? Western hegemony, soft power. Everyone is purchasing a secret and a coke और अपना पैसा उसमें दे रहे हैं. Everyone wants to ride a suppose कार कार ले सकते हैं, होम ले सकते हैं हम लोग. ठीक है, तो ये क्या है, वेस्टर्न कंट्री का डोमिनेंस है, अमेरिकन मेड. जैसे वी आर एवरीवन ऑफ आवर इज क्या है वो, टॉम क्रूज का फैन हो सकता है, तो यहाँ का बॉलीवुड उसका फैन है, तो हम लोग बॉलीवुड के फैन है, तो वो उसका फैन है. समझ रहे? एक तरह का हेजेमनी वो क्रिएट किया हुआ है. ठीक है, सेफ सोसाइटल नॉर्म्स एंड वैल्यूज. So at the core of Gramsci theory is the idea that hegemony is achieved through a combination of cultural leadership and political control. क्या है? Cultural and political control. This means that those in power do not rely solely on military or economic force, but also engage in shaping the intellectual and cultural landscape. क्या करेंगे? बराबर यूनिवर्सिटी इनके हाथ में है. लैंडस्केप कल्चर के थ्रू वेस्टर्न कल्चर को देखिए, बहुत अच्छा लगेगा. बार पब कल्चर. So in the global context, this manifests in how powerful states and institutions promote specific ideologies such as neoliberalism or democracy through soft power, media, educational initiative, influencing both domestic and international agenda. Gramsci concept also highlights the importance of counter-hegemony, where marginalized or oppressed groups challenge the dominant narratives. This aspect is particularly relevant in the contemporary global landscape, where the movements advocating for social justice, environmental sustainability, and anti-imperialism strive to redefine power dynamics and promote alternative vision of governance. So, moreover, the Gramscian framework aids in analyzing the shifts in global power structure, especially with the rise of non-Western powers such as China and India. So, these countries are not only seeking economic dominance but also attempting to reshape global norms and institutions in ways that reflect their own values and interests, creating a more multipolar world. Hence, the Gramscian theory of hegemony provides a robust मतलब बहुत मजबूत analytical lens for examining global power dynamics. It emphasizes the interplay between culture, ideology, and power. Interplay मतलब there's a mixture of ideology, power, culture, illustrating how consent is manufactured. और इसका आप consent लेंगे, and how marginalized voices can challenge established order. So this perspective is crucial for understanding the complexities of contemporary international relations and evolving nature of global governance. Now, दूसरा क्वेश्चन, द रिटर्न ऑफ ट्रेड बैरियर्स एंड इकोनॉमिक सैंक्शन हैज डिमिनिश्ड द स्पिरिट ऑफ जीएटीटी. गैट क्या था आपका? डब्ल्यूटीओ के पहले था 1995 में, पीरियड ये खत्म होता है और डब्ल्यूटीओ में शिफ्ट होता है. ठीक, तो द रिटर्न ऑफ ट्रेड बैरियर्स एंड इकोनॉमिक सैंक्शन हैज डिमिनिश्ड द स्पिरिट ऑफ गैट. इन दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट डिस्कस द फैक्टर्स कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू द डिक्लाइन ऑफ डब्ल्यूटीओ इन रिसेंट टाइम्स. ठीक है, तो डिक्लाइन ऑफ डब्ल्यूटीओ and resurgence of trade barrier and economic sanction reflects a significant shift in global trading landscape, raising concern about the efficiency of multilateral trade agreements. Several factors have contributed to this decline, undermining the spirit of general agreement on tariffs and trade that preceded the WTO. One major factor is the rise of protectionism. क्या है? सबसे पहले protectionism among member states. In response to domestic economic pressure, many countries have resorted to implementing tariffs, quotas, and other trade barriers to safeguard local industries from foreign competition. The restraint has been exacerbated by global economic fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic, which led to the heightened concern over supply chain vulnerabilities and food security. The increasing popularity of protectionist policies contradicts the foundational principle of the WTO, which seeks to promote free trade and reduce barriers. Now, another significant issue is the inability to conclude trade negotiation. The Doha Development Round is initiated in 2001 aimed to address the needs of developing countries and reform global trade rules. However, prolonged stalemate and disagreement among member states have rendered the WTO negotiating functions largely ineffective. This lack of progress has led to disillusionment among developing nations who feel that the organization is not adequately addressing their concern. Additionally, the rise of regional trade agreement (RTA) has undermined WTO authority. Countries increasingly favor bilateral and regional agreements that allow for more flexible term and faster implementation, often sliding the multilateral framework. While RTAs can enhance trade among member states, they also create complex web of trade rules that can lead to discrimination against non-member countries, further fragmenting global trade. So the growing influence of non-state actors and transnational corporations has also contributed to WTO decline. These entities often prioritize their interest over multilateral agreement, pushing for rules that favor their operation. This dynamic complication, the traditional state-centric approach of the WTO, making it challenging to reach consensus on key issues. Furthermore, the lack of effective dispute resolution mechanism within the WTO has weakened its ability to enforce trade rules. The appellate body responsible for adjudicating disputes has faced a backlog of cases and has been unable to function effectively due to the refusal of some member states to appoint judges. This dysfunction undermines confidence in the WTO capacity to resolve trade conflict impartially. Or do you agree with the view that the EU has thus far proved to be the most successful experiment in the regional integration process? Account for its successes and also some of the recent challenges that it faced with. तो सबसे पहले हम EU पे आएंगे. क्या ये सक्सेसफुल एक्सपेरिमेंट था रीजनल इंटीग्रेशन प्रोसेस में जो हर जगह लेवल पे चल रहा था, आरसीईपी हो गया या ब्रिक्स हो गया या ई हुआ, तो यहाँ पे तो वहाँ पे तो कॉमन करेंसी भी लॉन्च हो चुका था, तो समझते हैं इसका सक्सेस कहाँ तक रहा और रिसेंट चेंजेस जो इसमें आया है. तो सो सोलली दिस इज क्वेश्चन इज ऑन यूरोपियन यूनियन. तो यूरोपियन में जितना फैक्ट पता हो इट्स गुड फॉर योर आंसर राइटिंग. तो सबसे पहले देखते हैं यूरोपियन यूनियन इज ऑफन साइटेड एज द मोस्ट सक्सेसफुल एक्सपेरिमेंट इन रीजनल इंटीग्रेशन. सबसे ज्यादा यही था, primarily due to its unique blend of economic cooperation, political stability, social cohesion among member states. Established through a series of treaties, the EU has fostered unprecedented levels of economic interdependence, exemplified by creation. लेकिन इससे आपको UK बाहर निकल जाता है EU से, by creation of a single market that allows for free trade, free movement of goods, services, capital, and people. The introduction of euro further facilitated economic integration and strengthened their ties among member nations. तो euro इनका currency था. So one of the key success of EU has been its role in promoting peace and stability in the historically conflict-ridden region by integrating former adversaries such as France and Germany. France and Germany, there's a rivalry. Oh my God. The EU has significantly contributed to the reduction of interstate conflict and established a framework for collaborative governance. Additionally, the EU regulatory standards in the areas such as environmental protection, consumer rights, and labor laws have set benchmarks that enhance the quality of life for its citizens. However, the EU faces several significant challenges. The Brexit referendum in 2016 highlighted deep division within the EU regarding national sovereignty and identity, raising questions about the future of the Union. Economic disparities among the member states, particularly between Western and Eastern Europe, have led to tension over issues such as migration and financial assistance. The rise of populist movement across the Europe has further complicated consensus building, as many advocate for return to nationalistic policies. So, moreover, COVID-19 pandemic exposed vulnerabilities in the EU's response mechanism, highlighting highlighting the need for stronger coordinated health policies and economic recovery strategies. The ongoing geopolitical tension with Russia, especially following the invasion of Ukraine, also pose a test to the EU unity and foreign policy effectiveness. While the EU has achieved significant milestone in regional integration, it must navigate complex अभी क्या है challenge चल रहा है, complex challenges to sustain its success and relevance in the changing global landscape. We will continue from 5A. Thank you.